Oops, upside down. That's a good start. Flip the box over for sending a thing in Instagram, but hello. I'm glad to ask and request that you excuse my voice if I have fallen ill for the God knows how many times. God knows how many times now. Oh my gosh. But hello everyone. I hope we're doing well. Here he is, here I am. How do we sound? Do I sound okay? Do I sound alright? Or do I need to put up my volume and put down other ones maybe? Here he is, here I am. Okay, no, I think we're sounding okay. From initial checks, we seem to be sounding okay, so that's good. Alright, you sound good. I must admit, I did debate about smell good. I highly doubt that. Because I was asleep for most of the afternoon before now. It's part of the reason why I pushed the stream back, so I highly doubt I sound good right now. Oh my goodness. Well, so the TIE Defender. A very unique looking ship. And a very unique set. It's going to be very interesting to see how they've done the build for this, because it's, considering this set came out 15 years ago now, it'll be interesting to see how they've done the wings. Because trying to do something this kind of triangular shape would definitely not be easy. But yeah, we'll see. Let's crack on. Oh. Box is a little bit knackered, but it's fine. Also big as well. I'm not sure if you guys noticed how big it was. Here we go. There's the instructions, and we have just the one back here. Here we go. We have decided that these afternoon-y streams are probably not the best times, because I feel like more people are just used to me kind of streaming later. But duly noted, as they say, duly noted. So, TIE Defender. How many pages are there for the instructions? Oh, not a lot. Oh, I suppose part of this is going to be a ×3, so it's going to be a little bit. This might be a little bit repetitive in terms of actually building the thing, but yeah, exactly. Look, the big ×3. So these 3 wings, there is nothing unique about those wings. They're exactly the same. I mean, of course, why would they be different? That makes absolutely no sense, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Oh, how are we all doing? Hopefully you guys are doing better than me. I am a bit sick again. Oh yeah, we got mini figures in here as well that I will show, but they're a little not terribly interesting, these ones. We've got things that roll away. There are pieces rolling away. Mainly all the technical bits, technical parts. Not technical, technic even. Technical. Out a minute. So, see everything. So I'm working with basically 3 colors. Is about right, I suppose. I tend to build those kind of parts simultaneously. Yeah, no, I sometimes do as well. We'll see how this one goes. But first off, we have to build a cockpit, which is looking like the TIE Interceptor one that the old TIE Interceptor that I have, but with this thingy attached onto it. But the figures are, as I said, it's the classic Stormtrooper here. It's basically, I imagine when people think of LEGO Stormtroopers, they think of this guy. Sorry, put him over here. And here we have the TIE Pilot, or I think he's actually known as the TIE Defender Pilot, but it's the first time they introduced the new pilot, the helmet mold for the pilots. Because you can see his torso is still the same as it was for the old ones. Still blank there. So yeah, no, pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Hello! Oh, I'm gonna call you Piwo because that's Piwo because I don't know how to pronounce the first part of your name. But hello, Piwo, welcome. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Hello. If you want me to refer to you as something else, then do say, and I shall. Because I don't know how to pronounce that first part, and I think I'm too ill to try and pronounce that first part. Don't mean to be rude, but that's just how it be at the moment. Right. So we have 4 wings. 4 wings, 3 wings. We have 3 wings to construct. So now we crack on. And to be completely honest, guys, this is probably going to be a very quick build because there's only, despite all these parts, despite the size of the box, there's only 300 pieces to the ship. There's not a lot. It is, and most standards are most standards supposedly a very small set. There are a lot, but there are also very big parts in here as well. So, generally speaking, I don't think this ship is going to be small, but it's not going to be completely chock full of details, kind of like the old how the old TIE fighters are. So we'll wait and see. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, this cockpit is looking very much like the TIE Interceptor one. It's looking very, very similar. I mean, so far with this build, if anyone is just a fan of the older TIE fight, the original TIE Fighter builds, then I think y'all are gonna like this one. So many pieces. You just came from, say, streaming. Oh, I didn't see her streaming again. I don't know if I've dropped it. Do I have notifications off for her? A good chance I might have notifications off for her. That's why I'm not seeing her stream. She's a bit of a whoop-de-doo-doo, as they say. That's fine. It's fine. That's all good. Alright. Let me work this out. Okay. So this. And there's 1x2s with one hole in the middle. The only ones I'm seeing are the ones with 2 in the middle. How does that work? How does that work, Mr. Model? Oh, it's because I meant to be black, that's why. Looking for the wrong colour. I do not miss these old instructions where it's very difficult to tell the black from dark grey. Not the finest printing of instructions, but the lesson was learned later on, fortunately, so... Yeah, I think it's... I don't know, can you guys tell that I'm not 100% right now? I mean, apart from the sniffling. Can people tell? I wonder. One can wonder. One... always looking for pieces. There we go. Anything to report on? I can tell. Fair enough. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Absolute joys of being ill, ladies and gentlemen. And by joys, I don't mean that at all. Oh, I also just realised this is not I've missed a piece on there. I think you need to actually read these instructions. I know. Oh, you can tell. Fair enough. Fair enough. Not hiding it well then. Even though I said I was ill, but it's fine. Must admit, I was thinking, no, it's fine. Don't worry. It's honestly fine. Honestly fine. If you're just here to see the TIE Defender builds, then good. That's fine. It's a-okay. It is all okay. Piece. Appears to have vanished. There we go. You can watch another long Defense rambles. Yeah. That is true. I can definitely say for certain I won't be doing a rambling stream again during the afternoon because that one was not very well viewed. People were a lot busier during. It's kind of. I don't know what I was expecting. Deciding to do that on a Thursday afternoon when there's like no one gonna be around. Everyone's gonna be at school or working, so don't quite know what I was expecting there. But alas, it's okay. It's unfortunate, but it's okay. Seems very. Like the same genuine. It's like the same genuine kind of build and shape, but obviously it's kind of making more room for this part. For obviously the part at the back. That's what I can see here. I think I've got an idea on how to do this. Really, it's quite complex actually. Not sure what that said, I'm afraid. I give a thumbs up. Hi. Does anyone in chat have a favorite variant of TIE Fighter? Just curious. I feel like I might have discussed this a while. Ago. But I only talked about favorite ships, but I didn't specify my favorite TIEs or anything like that. Do we have a favorite TIE variant? If I'm being completely honest, my favorite one. Yeah, I don't know that. I've got no idea what you're saying now, I'm afraid, Buell. I apologize, but I don't know. I don't know. Favorite TIE variants? Personally, my favorite one is the Interceptor, but the Avenger and Andor might be a new favorite because I just really like. I like that kind of look for the TIEs, just in general, because obviously that's why I like the TIE Interceptors. But it is just more heavily armed. Wait, this is. No, surely not. Oh, wait. I was a bit worried for a second that they've made it so that these wings are able to turn. I'm just kind of like, pretty certain a TIE Defender doesn't do that. At least I'm pretty certain a TIE Defender's wings don't do that. Yep, thumbs up. Something like that. Okay. thumbs up for the camera. I feel like this is a I think with how they're limited, with how they were essentially limited, I think at a time here, trying to do this ship, it's definitely interesting. It's interesting seeing it kind of come together. Because being completely honest, I am not so. I mean, I can really see how about they're going it, but it must. Something must sit on the top here, because otherwise the wings are going to turn, which is definitely not what you want for this. So this must sit down on something, because otherwise it'll be a really weird. It would be a really weird build, otherwise. So. I think I've got that whole. Oh yeah, I've got the whole bit here because I couldn't dismantle it. I did attempt. I think it's Russian. Yeah, no, I did think that. And also, hello, Weiss, as well. How are you doing, bud? Oh. Wait, have I done this wrong? Oh no, I haven't. Something looks a bit weird there. But I think. Nope, that looks fine. That looks like it's right to me. I could be wrong, but it looks right. Right, so here's the canopy. Yeah, so this is quite literally the exact same kind of design and build for the actual canopy. For the other TIE fighters, which is ooh. I could see myself getting this done in an hour. That's how fast I can see this. That's how small I think this set actually is. Small in terms of build, number of pieces. Like the actual ship itself, I think is going to come out pretty big. I mean, the TIE Interceptor has 100 less parts, and that still comes out pretty big. Canopy. Did I really take this bit? Why did I take this bit off? Okay. There's a weird decision there, Ben. I don't know why you would do that. Yeah, so let's take off tiny 1x1 pieces. And don't. Where is it? They're not integral for the actual build, so I'll just put this on here, and then when I see the other piece, I will put it on. Okay, so we've got a ×3 bit here, the first of a couple, I'm sure. Bruh, why are you attaching on? Right, you're gonna need the pickle, are you? I don't know why it's this hinge joint part. I think it's a bit of a strange choice there. Okay, so we've got that main bit done. We've got the canopy done there. And now what we have. Grab these flavor parts. Oh, hello there. Hello, Alec. Alec Muran. Hello, Alec. Hello, Luffy. Welcome. What is a TIE Defender? It's a TIE. It's a kind of like a really rare and heavily armed. It's a really heavily armored TIE variant. Basically, essentially it's a TIE Interceptor with an extra wing. It's a TIE Interceptor with an extra wing, but it has shields and a hyperdrive. So it is a highly unusual tie variant, but also a formidable one, as far as I'm aware in Legends. Well, not Legends, but in Canon, not Legends, Canon. Sorry. So it's a pretty formidable tie. And it would have been a pretty formidable ship for the rebels to fight against at the time, for sure. Especially when they're not used to ties having shields. That's the way I see it. That's the way I imagine it. But people are more than welcome to suggest their own theories on that. Thing looks like a scorpion. It's a very interesting design. That's something I will say. It's a very interesting design. But kind of cool. I'm just more curious to see how Lego pulls this off. Rare set, isn't it? Yes, I think it's a very, very rare Luffy, because when I was searching for this thing on eBay, there was only 4 listings for it in the UK. Only 4. Well, 4 listings for like the actual set and instructions. But other ones were just for the TIE Pilot minifigure, which I don't really understand, because I don't think he's that. I mean, it's the first set that has like the new molded pilot helmet, but I don't think he's not anything fancy, shall we say, compared to some of like compared to some of the more detailed figures you can get nowadays. So yeah, no, we couldn't tell you why the TIE Pilot would be worth so much. There. Everything very secure. That could be interesting. These Technic pins don't seem to be sitting in here all that securely, which I'm not sure is something you particularly want on a set like this, but I think it will. I think it'll be fine. Alright, there we go. That goes here, that goes there. First of all, TIE Pilot's got the best molded helmet in my opinion. Yeah, no, I think they did because they got the tube, because they got the actual like breathing tube in. I think that's a really. I think that's what makes those TIE Pilots really, really good. It's just a shame that they can't have like a. I think it's probably quite difficult to do for the Imperial Pilot, because obviously they have 2 tubes, 2 breathing tubes, so it's obviously a bit easier for the First Order one. A good design. But no, definitely I do like the First Order TIE Pilots. Definitely some good minifigures. 2016. Oh yeah, 20. I feel like the first Order TIE Pilot we saw was 2015, because then they have some sets that released before The Force Awakens. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty certain there was a wave that would have built up. Blue milk. Blue milk. Blue milk just does not sound appetizing whatsoever. Even in like a Star Wars, even like in the Star Wars universe, it would be kind of like, blue milk just does not sound very appetizing to me. Would probably pass. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, no, it's cool, it's cool. I was just kind of thinking, I could have sworn there was a wave of Force Awakens sets that came out, which is I'm very surprised that we haven't got much Force Awakens stuff. Like, really, really surprised. I'm just kind of like, please tell me this doesn't turn. This will get some serious markdowns if this thing does kind of turn around like this, because the actual TIE Defender doesn't obviously do that. It'll get some big markdowns for me. Right. Let's put that there. Because I can't be too judgmental about this, because it is an older set. But like at the same time, I'm kind of like, I can still judge. I can still judge. Maybe I'll bear in mind. Bear in mind some of the design things. So we can maybe try and build another one. As you can see, because the TIE Defender would definitely be another good set for LEGO to release, instead of a regular TIE Fighter, which just LEGO doesn't seem to ever want to stop doing. I say that as we've got currently we have a bomber, we have a TIE bomber and a TIE Fighter out at the moment, and I'm pretty certain the Interceptor versus the Mandalorian fighter is retired now. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that's on the LEGO store anymore. That was a good set. That was a really good set, actually. What do you think is the best set between 2010 and 2025? Oof. That's a hard one. Sorry, excuse me. Ooh, my gosh, that's a lot in there. And lots of sets I probably don't really remember, to be completely honest. Wow. Oh wow, I've got to do this twice, okay. That's a tough one. That's a real tough one, because I really don't remember a lot of the sets that came out before 2015. Before 2015, it's like 2010 to 2015. I don't really remember that many sets. The special one. It's a unique TIE Defender. So I got a what are these times 3? So it's gonna be a lot more on these pieces around somewhere. Trying to think of what some of my favorite sets would be from each year. Maybe 2015, for example. Because you had the Force Awakens sets, and you had some sets from Star Wars Rebels, which were pretty cool. The Imperial Shuttle actually that came out, I think, in 2015. Shuttle Tidarian. Imperial Shuttle Tidarian was a pretty good one, I think. Probably the best rendition of the Imperial Shuttle that we've got. Even today, I still think it's the best one. Even Force Awakens stuff, because the Force Awakens, no matter what people say about the sequel stuff, the sets were good. The First Order Transporter was such a good one, because it had, not only was the set itself really good, but it had a lot of figures in it. It was like it really felt like a big army builder. The perfect set for anyone who was trying to build a First Order kind of army, if you will. it was definitely... That was definitely a good one in that regard. But there's been so much. So many sets. I'd be curious. Do you have a favorite one, Luffy, at all? I'd be curious. I'd be curious if you've got one. I gotta find this one Technic pin. Gotta find this one Technic pin that's... Oh, it's actually right in front of me. I'm a dumbass. People, can we not do that kind of thing, please? No, thank you. Don't do that. That's not nice. You're just inappropriate. I don't know why do that, to be completely honest. I'm kind of doing these builds simultaneously because I think it will just make it a little bit easier for me in the long run. Thank you, Bun. And that's okay. I'm saying, just like, you don't really need to do that. It's a bit inappropriate, and exactly. Not particularly good. The Old Republic sets are great too. I think the 2012 one, I remember seeing the Sith Fury class. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's a set that I would buy now purely because of how valuable it is. That's crazy, yeah. Like as I said, the Old Republic stuff, I completely forgot about those. There's honestly just been so many sets. Couldn't tell you which one's been... Couldn't tell you which one's from which year, really. I only really know a couple from certain years. Certain ones, because there's a lot of... Obviously, there's a lot of hype. The sets that were coming out between 2015 and 2020 were obviously sets all related to the new films. So there wasn't... I would say there wasn't much variety. Well, there was a lot of variety, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of like... You were seeing, like... if you weren't a fan of the films, you would be a bit disappointed because you were getting a lot of stuff from the films. Well, I say a lot, but... I say a lot, but let's be real. I don't think there wasn't really that many. I'll put it this way, I think since the Rise of Skywalker, how many sequel era sets have we actually got? Like, really think about it. How many have we got? Because it's not been many. Yeah, it'd be 3 of these, wouldn't it? Yeah. Doing basic math here. Even then, that was hard. Math is hard. Is that much? That's fine. I've seen the wrong person. I probably know a lot. Yeah, no, I can assure you, I can definitely... The only set that I'm pretty certain they've released since the Rise of Skywalker wave was like a 4+ Resistance X-Wing. Which is... As you can probably imagine, for the any fans of the sequel era, it's kind of like, Lego? Where's our Lego sets? We got so much sets for the sequels. I mean, we did obviously when they were coming out, but I'm saying we haven't had any recently. Like, you think of all the sets that we got. You think of all the sets that we got during the times when the films are coming out, and then you see all the ones. Then you see the number of sets that have come out. And you see all the ones that have come out in like them since 2020. Don't think it's been much. It's interesting. Well, I tell you what, this might actually go down on record as the fastest build I think I've ever done on a stream. This will be interesting. That. Oops. Tree fell and cracked. Ooh. That wasn't near your house. Hopefully not. To be honest, I'm not entirely against the idea of this one being quick build, because as I said, I'm still not really 100%. I did nearly cancel today's stream, but then I was just kind of like, ugh. I don't think the set is huge, so I could probably get it done in an hour and a half max. And as I said, at the rate that I'm going, we are definitely getting there. Now do another wing. We have to do this again for one more. For the upper wing. But no, I have to admit, if this turns out this tie defender is what is actually if this tie defender turns out to be the something that actually does kind of turn, doesn't like stay stuck. The Public Frigate is a good one from 2011. Ah, yeah, that's the one that has like the doesn't it have like a phase 1 wolf, Commander Wolf and like the Wolfpack guys? I seem to recall those guys being quite valuable as well. Yeah, no, for the play it's good. Expensive. Be very, very expensive to get hold of nowadays, unless you're only after the ship. Again, I don't have it. No, to be completely honest, Luffy, there's a lot of the sets, I think, like the Clone Wars stuff, I think from kind of 2009 until like 2013, a lot of the Clone Wars stuff in that I just didn't have, because I really was, as a kid, I really wasn't that interested in the Clone Wars sets. Don't know why. Should have really slapped my younger self and said, buy those sets, they'll be so valuable in like 15 years. But I didn't. And now I feel silly. Don't I feel silly about it? Yeah, he's on board. Yeah, no, I thought that was the case. But yeah, no, couldn't say why I wasn't really that interested in them. I just wasn't as a kid. Like, I liked the Clone Wars, don't get me wrong, but as a kid I wasn't really that bothered by the sets, because I think I was an original trilogy fanboy. Still am. Really, I love the, don't get me wrong, I love the prequels. I love the prequels because I grew up with them, but the original trilogy kind of era is just my favourite era. It's just my favourite era of Star Wars. Cannot be helped. My oh my oh my. This all in. Oh, I still doing that one. Whoops, I skipped ahead. Oh, I tell you what, some of you guys are gonna hit me when you find out. I actually had this. There was this 3-in-1. This 3-in-1 set. It was like one of those rare ones that had like. In Russia, YouTube slowed down to 9%. Oh shoot, that's not good. No, I was saying I actually had a 3-in-1 set. It was this one thing that it had like the 501st ATRT, the Headhunter fire, Z95 Headhunter, I think it's called, and also the bug bike with sidecar, all the Clone Wars stuff. And I sold it. I sold it probably 5-6 years ago. I sold it, and I should have kept it because oh my god, that price of that set absolutely just ranged up in price. And now look at it now, I'm just kind of like, why did I sell this? I should have kept it. I'm a moron. Don't be a Benno Animations. No assets value and keep it. As you know. Have I watched Diamonds Are Forever? Diamonds Are Forever. I have not. No. Doesn't ring a... kind of rings a bell, but I don't know. Also, hello, Interpret. Interpret? I'll call you Lee. I'll call you Lee. Hello, Lee. How are you? But to answer your question, no, I have not. Alright, so now I'm guessing what the only bits we have left to do here is just the Oh, have I put that on the wrong? Oh, I put that on the wrong way. Yep, I put that on the wrong way. Good thing I noticed that. The pattern did look weird. Over here. There we go. Okay, so now we just got to do the other wings, and we are done, basically. I'm curious, if this is going to be... Oh my gosh, it actually doesn't. Wait, unless I can't have done this before, haven't I? It doesn't... I need to have a look at something in a minute. I don't know if I've done it. I don't know if I've done something wrong. No, I have not. Oh wait. No, I haven't. That is just a design. That's a bit unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate. I was honestly kind of expecting to see good things from this, but now that I've kind of got that, it's a little bit disappointing. I'm a little bit disappointed with that, I cannot lie. Feels like such a like small thing. I'm just kind of like, eh. But again, it's old. This set is indeed old, so I can't be too mad. I can't be too mad about it, but I'm not too thrilled about it either, really. It is unfortunate. Oh, this set's going to be getting sold. Anyone interested in a TIE Defender? Sure, some people might be interested in one. Those at a time, it would have been really kind of tricky to kind of do something like that. There was also Diamonds Are Forever was used for one of the James Bond. Oh, right. Oh, now that you mentioned Bond, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. No, now that I realised, yeah. I couldn't tell you how that song goes and how it sounds, but I recognise it now. Because I was trying to think Diamonds Are Forever, and then when you said Bond, it's kind of like, oh yeah, Bond. Bond. I forgot about Bond. as they say. I mean, to give props to Lego, they did do a good. It was a good try with it. I think I just need. Glad I got the rare phase 2 Wolfpack stripper from the Republic Canon. Oh gosh, yeah, that's a good one actually as well. Yeah, fair play, Luke. Fair play, Luke. That was a good one. Good one on getting that. Those phase 2 wolves are so much. They're so much. They must be 60 or 70 quid easy, maybe more. Could even be more now that I think about it. Good, yeah, good cut, good one. Snacking one of those. Trying to find that with the fully complete minifigures is nigh impossible, I think. All right. Can I survive if I don't have the internet? I'd like to think I can. I mean, I didn't grow up with the internet as a kid, and I turned out okay. I turned out okay, I think. I'm not too delusional. A little bit mental, but wouldn't say I think that. 80 to 100, I think last time I checked. Really? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. The value of Lego is honestly crazy. It's as I say, some of the figures for... Oops, put that one. Oh no, I did. Oh, okay, no, I just got green. It's like the value of some of the solo sets, like those figures, crazy amounts. As I said, I managed to snag a Mimban Stormtrooper for £40, and considering his average is about 60 or 70, I think I did pretty good there. And I also own a range trooper because I was able to buy the part off of Bricklink. I think it kind of came to about £30 for like the helmet, torso, and legs, but considering the actual figure is worth about 60, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I think I did pretty well on that one. But yeah, no, if you guys, if people have like any of the Clone Wars, if any of y'all own any of the Clone Wars sets from them. Yeah, I got to. Oh, the Wolfpack ones or the Range Troopers? Got to the Range. I wonder if the Range Troopers value has gone up since Andor, because obviously they obviously appeared briefly, so I'm kind of wondering whether or not the Range Troopers are in Andor, or have gone up in price. Wouldn't surprise me. I like the Mimban Trooper design, either IRL or Lego minifig form. Yeah, no, I do as well. Would really like to try and get one of a second one, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, at least not for the price that I managed to get it for. Unfortunately. Ah, the Wolfpack ones. Ah, okay. Probably not, since most of the Lego I had in my childhood is in my scrapyard now. Ah. That's unfortunate. That's a bit unfortunate. Man. I wonder if there are people who literally do dig through those kind of like rubbish yards and things, trying to find like sets and things that people have thrown away. I feel like people would be that crazy to do. Not me personally, but I feel like people would probably do that, which is pretty insane when you think about it. Especially if it's got like some very valuable stuff. I'm very surprised at how much stuff that I got is worth, right? That has some value. Oh, all right. That's with that, I think we've basically finished it. I think we finished it. Oh, I just needed what? Looking for the scrapyard? Looking for like the rubbish yard thing? My screen is lagging. Oh, hang on. Sorry, bear with me. My screen is lagging a lot. Let me check something. Might be my internet going. 1 second. Oh yes, screen lag. Hello. Hang on, let me just do some testing. I'm just having a look. Can you see my hand? Is my hand clear there? I look about scrapyard now. Oh, cool. Is that okay? It looks okay now. Must have been just a lag spike. Up here, that definitely won't help. Alright, keep an eye on that for me, and I'll have a look. That's cool. It must be interesting seeing what stuff you can actually find in there though. Fine, good. Alright, TIE Defender. Let's finish you off, shall we? Oh, I do not like that it turns. That definitely... I thought they might have implemented something on to stop it from like the cockpit from turning. So it's kind of a shame, really. Oh wow, this is a very... This build feels very, very fragile. It feels very, 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 very fragile. Oh my goodness. I mean, you can see, like, look at the wings. Look at that. It definitely feels like it's being held together. It is a really unusual ship, actually. It's a very unusual one. Look at that. That's a... Let's move this out of the way. Is there anything else I needed to do? No, I've just got some quick fire missiles. That's basically it. Right, well, so here's the TIE Defender. Very, very fragile. And it's cool. I definitely like it. It's just such a shame about this. This is just so annoying because they could have very easily maybe made this kind of make like the actual cockpit, this bit kind of come out one more stud. If it comes out one more stud, they could have very easily implemented some parts in here that would kind of keep this kind of sturdy, because they would only need really one Technic pin. It wouldn't need anything more. Oh, is that actually on problem? Oh, that doesn't feel like it's on right well. No, even these parts of the wings seem very fragile. Interesting. Well, let's see. Speaking of, as I said, it's definitely not very fragile. It's considering when this was made, I have to give it props because Lego did good with what they had at the time, I think. It's not actually a way. Oh no, they could have done actually. tricky. It's the Defender. I think is a very tricky one to try and get right with Lego. Though I have seen some very good mock-ups of the Defender, so it's not. Now that I say that, it's definitely not. It's not a hard one for sure, but it's a very. I think for hang on. I think for collectors, obviously, you're going to want to probably grab it. Sorry, just rehydrating my throat. It could be internet. Is it lagging really bad? I do apologize. I'll double check some things. I think it could be the internet. Another reason not to stream in the afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, no, I think from now, that's one thing I think I'll take from this week of streaming is that I will probably continue to stream. I will probably go back to streaming at my regular time. Because it seems like there just seems to be a lot of hassles and issues with it here. So, it's fine. We know. I'm not really doing much at the moment. I'm just kind of showing you how very fragile this TIE Defender really is. Quite bad, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry. As long as you can still hear me, that's fine. It's fine for the moment. As I say, anyone tuning in, I do apologize for the lag. Doesn't usually happen, but again, I'm going to blame the internet probably being a bit slow because it's probably a bit of a peak time right now. So it's probably just going to be running a little bit laggy. Oh, that is shocking. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, good. Interesting. Yeah, I would say my general, review, if you will, of this set, like they managed to do a bit. Like I do give them props because they really got like the look of the Defender down really perfectly. They did a really good job with it. Strangely start lagging at the end of the build. That's fine. I imagine most people probably want to see the actual build itself probably more than anything. I think really what really intrigued me, I would really like to see Lego try and do another Defender again and see how they would do, because I think they could do it with a lot of newer parts and things. They could definitely do a really good Defender. It just depends how they go about it, essentially. Oh, hang on. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, no, the actual. But I think the build. I mean, the build itself, fine. It was just doing the wings. Obviously, is very, very repetitive. So I definitely recommend if you do get this set to build how I do it. Kind of build the wings simultaneously, because it definitely makes it a lot easier. I feel like I might have been here for like another half hour. Otherwise. But yeah, really, I think the cons of this set is like you can see here, it's quite fragile. It's definitely not. I mean, even like sitting down like that, like sitting down like this, it's still pretty good. It's not gonna fall apart straight away, but you can see kind of like it's not solid compared to like the TIEs, compared to like the TIE Fighters that you get these days. It's definitely not a solid build, as solid as those ones. And again, this will probably be a minor thing for many people, but I really don't like the fact that they didn't kind of set the cockpit kind of down so it doesn't spin. It's just it ticks me off. I can't say why, but it just ticks me off. I can't give it too much hassle because it's just one of those. For display, yeah. I think for display it'll definitely work. It's definitely, I mean, if you like ties, if you're trying to get hold of like all the TIE fighters, then the Defender is definitely, you obviously definitely want to get hold of this. It's just such a shame that this set, because it's rare, it's very expensive. It's very expensive because, like I said, the minifigure wise, you're not like the two figures you get. They're really basic. Like these figures, £2 max, I would say, for each of them. So probably even less than that. Even less now, especially for the Stormtrooper. The Stormtrooper would be, so you could get one of those so easily, and the Bomber as well. I'd even go as far as to say, like, if you wanted to get hold of this set, the easiest way to probably get hold of this is to probably get the parts off of Bricklink, and then see if you can find and then kind of print out an instruction manual. Because to be completely honest, that would probably be cheaper. I guess because I got the box as well, I've got the complete package. So obviously, having the box and having like the full set as well is just a complete. It's like a collector's dream essentially. But yeah, for display purposes, definitely works. It definitely looks good on display. It'll definitely look good on display with the other ties. I mean, actually, I'll put this. I'll tell you what, for a scale, let me grab one of the modern ties. Just from my shelf. Go. So this one here is the one that came out, I think, was it 2021 that this TIE Fighter came out? A little bit hard to angle this, but you can kind of see it. Let's move this along. So this, if any of you have this tie, this is basically, here's a bit of a scale for it. And as you can see, like, even though this TIE Defender has a lot less parts, it's still pretty noticeably bigger. Well, it would have to be because it has really large parts, so obviously it would be pretty noticeably bigger. And also as well, I have modified this tie a little bit as well to remove the stud shoes because I didn't like those. But yeah, really, not much more. There's not much more I can really say about this. To be completely honest, at the time of this set, when this set came out, its original retail price was $39.99. At that time, would I have probably bought this? I mean, probably not, because I think at that time, not really. I think the only people who would have known about the TIE Defenders were the people who were really invested in like Legends and things like that. So the TIE Defender really was it was very, very unique and very different from any kind of TIE that anyone had really seen before. So it was kind of really unique in that sense. But I'd say any of the hardcore Star Wars fans will know what a TIE Defender is back then. I mean, especially now, you're going to know what a TIE Defender is if you've watched Rebels. So yeah, its original retail price, it probably wasn't so bad. But nowadays, just isn't, in my opinion. I like the bigger ones from the 2012 more. I actually like this tie because I like it because it's a little bit more to scale to the minifigures. It's not ridiculously big. I actually like these ties. It might be a bit of a, it might be kind of like a hot take, but I like these ties. I do. I like them. I like that they're a bit more scaled to the minifigures. The 2012 one is cool, don't get me wrong. But I like the ties when they're a little bit more to figure scale, rather than just being ridiculously big. But yeah, so no, essentially, move the tie out for a minute. Defender, I think it's definitely more for collectors, especially if you're trying to collect all the older sets. Then you're obviously going to want to try and get hold of the Defender. But unfortunately, because it is so rare, you're not going to be able to find one of these for I mean, in the UK, you would be lucky to find this set for any cheaper than £70. That is what I would say. Boo. Boo because I like the new ties, eh? What? Are you not a fan of them? Come on. Hello, and hello, by the way, as well. Hope you're having a good one. But yeah, no, I think it's good. Like, for what Lego managed to accomplish with it, they've done. They did a really good job of capturing like the actual look, the look and everything of the Defender. Come no, oh no, what was the boo for? Boo because of the TIE Defender, or what? Yo, it's General Grievous. Ooh, another Grievous. We have another Grievous who likes to show up in here, so that's a surprise. There's 2 Grievouses. There are 2 Grievous. What a shocker. But yeah, no, it's just, I think it's kind of comical when you see when you kind of see like how fragile the ships actually are. These ones, because they're obviously not so kind of rock solid. They're not like kind of all like really solidly joined together. But there is definitely a lot. There is definitely a good amount of weight on the Defender, on these wings. So, but yeah. Oh, booty scared. Oh, ah! You scared me. And now I'll do a TIE Defender jump scare. Whoa! TIE Defender jump scare. I'm just gonna do those things. Need a blue lightsaber with fine addition to my collection. Can you find me one? No. I'm merely a stormtrooper. I don't carry lightsabers. I suppose unless you count the animation of me swinging a lightsaber. There's not a blue one, so you wouldn't really get too far along with that one. Yeah, no, that was probably my quickest build to date. There really wasn't much to build with this one, because it's basically just 3 wings. It's basically the cockpit and then you build 3 wings, so it's kind of it's tricky. Well, not tricky, but very, very simple. But essentially, I'm going to be going to another brick show tomorrow, so hopefully we might find some exciting old stuff. Maybe we might find a TIE Advanced prototype, because that was another set I wanted to try and get hold of. Maybe we'll find one of those there tomorrow. Awesome. Nice minifigures I'd like to get hold of. Be nice. But yeah, I think for the status of this Defender, I think I will probably be taking this apart and putting it back on eBay. I'll put it on eBay for my collector who will probably be more interested. He'll probably be more interested in it, because it's just, I don't know. As I said, I think there's too many cons. There's too many kind of flaws to this. The best TIE fighter that LEGO has released, in your opinion? For me, I think it's the TIE Interceptor UTS. Tricky. I think the Interceptor that came in with the Mandalorian fighter, that was a good build. That was a really good build, really quite solid. And even the TIE Bomber. The TIE Bomber looks superb. I would say my only complaint about the Bomber is that its like windshield piece is not the same as the other ones, but I think that's quite an easy thing to modify, to be completely honest. So it's not a bad thing. That one wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, heck, even this TIE from 2011 is still it's a good build. It's a good solid build. Like, you know, it's definitely not gonna break apart, you know? So I would say that was a good one. Right, I don't think there's really much more for me to add on here, so I might wrap it up, to be honest with you. Might not be a bad idea, or I'm still a bit ill, but yeah. I mean, I can probably wrap it up here for now. As I said, going to a brick show tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to find some pretty good stuff. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And hopefully we'll be able to, then hopefully there'll be something for me to build again next week. This coming week. But yeah, so that's the TIE Defender. Overall, out of 10, I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10. Purely for the fact that it's like they've done a good job of capturing the actual like image of the TIE Defender, but really other than that, it has got play features, I suppose. But other than that, there's nothing more that I could really. There's not really many more positives. I think the cons far outweigh. The negatives outweigh the positives, I think, for this one, unfortunately. But really, I think the only selling point for this set really is probably for collectors. Humble opinion. People can disagree, but that's just me. That is just me. But this Defender is a little bit fragile. But, you know, it's still very wishful. Ooh. Oh man, so later. Right, I'm not going to raid into anyone today because I'm honestly ill and I can't really be bothered. But yeah, but also new people, hope you enjoyed this. It's kind of like a newer audience than I usually have. So, yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed that one. We may do some of these earliest. We'll see about these streams because it seems like a lot of the. It seems like there was a bit of laggy issues, but I think that's kind of more of an internet problem than anything else. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there for now, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I'll have a good time on that break show, I'm sure. I'm gonna go off now and probably do myself some dinner. Don't know what I'm gonna have, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye. I can't really wave. Bye-bye. I wave to you until I can get to the end screen. Bye.